I've been thinking about this Huntington Beach Library plaque controversy. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? The council wants to include a MAGA acrostic on the plaque celebrating the library's 50th anniversary, and a resident named Chris KY is strongly opposing it. First, I need to understand what the plaque is supposed to represent. The library is a significant part of the community, designed by renowned architects, and it's been serving the city for 50 years. So the plaque should be a tribute to that. But by including a political reference like MAGA, it's turning what should be a unifying event into a partisan one. I can see why Chris and others are upset. If I were in their shoes, I might feel the same way. Chris said, MAGA stands for erasing trans people, resegregation, censorship, and more, even calling it a Nazi movement. That's strong language, and it shows how deeply they feel. Why would the council want to include this? Maybe they see MAGA as part of the city's conservative identity. Huntington Beach is known for that, so perhaps they think it's appropriate. But is that the role of a library? Shouldn't it be apolitical, a place for everyone? I remember libraries are public forums, meant to allow diverse viewpoints. But a plaque is permanent, like the city itself is making a statement. That seems problematic, using a public space to promote a specific ideology. On the other hand, maybe the council thinks it's just celebrating the library and city, and MAGA is part of that. But for those who disagree, it's an insult, not a celebration. This is a classic democratic dilemma, so what can be done? The council could change the design, remove the MAGA reference, and satisfy the opponents. But that might anger supporters who want it. Alternatively, they could have a public vote, but that might be too costly. Or compromise by keeping the words but removing "Making America Great Again" from the text. I'm not sure if that would work. Opponents might still see MAGA and be upset. Let me think about it as a patron. If I'm taking my child to the library and see this plaque, what do I say? If I support MAGA, I might say, "Look, honey, our city stands for making America great again." But if I don't, I might say, "That's just politics and we don't agree." It could lead to unwanted political discussions, and libraries should be about learning, not politics. Wait, but some might say it's a teaching moment to discuss different views. It seems like a stretch. Most people probably want politics out of their library visits. The news says the council called a recess after Chris's speech. Why? Maybe they were caught off guard by the passion or needed to confer, but from reports, they're proceeding. So the recess didn't change anything. That shows they're determined despite opposition. What's next? Probably protests, letters, maybe even defacing the plaque. The city might need security, which isn't a great use of resources. Or opponents might sue, claiming it violates laws, but I'm not sure. Libraries have leeway in displays, so it's unclear. The plaque's funded by $7,000 in private donations, which is interesting. That might make the council less responsive, as it's not public money. Are the donors local or outside? If local, it shows community support. If outside, it might be external influence. I don't know, but it's a factor. Let me try to see both sides. If I'm a MAGA supporter, I might see the plaque as proud, a statement of values. The opposition might seem like a vocal minority, but if I'm against it, like Chris, I feel excluded, like the city doesn't value me. That could make me reduce community involvement, which isn't good. Long term, will the plaque divide or be accepted? Maybe in a few years it'll be history. Or maybe it stays contentious. Time will tell. The library's 50th anniversary should be unifying, not divisive. Maybe the council could highlight the architects, community support, or education contributions instead. But they chose politics, which is polarizing. I hope the community can have dialogue, find common ground, and support the library even if we disagree. That's my take.